Hi everybody, this is Sebastian from Rock Jam. This is our first drum shorts, so I'm really happy and excited about this. We're going to be doing loads of things. We're going to be doing warm-ups, of course. Then we're going to be practicing techniques and groups, and with the idea of putting it together in order to play along at the end. So for those, this is meant to be drum shorts, but it's not necessary that you have a drum kit. If you have a drum kit, of course, it's super. But if you don't have a drum kit, I'll be speaking about alternatives throughout the video. Things can be done, can be played with a hand instead, and stomping on the floor can be a different sound that we can get. But I'll be speaking about that over this first drum shorts. So we're going to start with our warm-up today, and we're going to be playing eights. What I mean by eights is that we're going to play 8 strokes with one hand and then with the other one. If you have chopsticks and you already have your box, so you chose your favorite sounding snare-like object. In this case, I'm going to use the box, but you can play 8s on the box or on a hard surface. Something wooden will help as well. The chopsticks are really light, so it won't damage things. But anyway, check with your parents to see if, ask for permission first. So 8 strokes. Eight with each. And the idea, and I'm going to go now to the snare, but by all means we're going to come back to that. The idea, for those of you who have chopsticks or drumsticks, doesn't matter, is that we're going to try to experience the same feeling as it is to bounce a tennis ball or a basketball. Yeah? Whether you have chopsticks or sticks, it's the same. Try to pick up, if you have chopsticks, a solid surface, so you can check if you get a rebound. The idea is that, like, we throw the stick down, and just like a ball, it will come back. So if I get that and I help the stick with my fingers to go back down, the stick will come up whether it likes or not. Yeah. So then I just have to push it with my finger. I have like this. I get this kind of momentum going where it's kind of automatic, you know? So I throw it, the stick wants to come back up, and I push it back down. Just like if I was bouncing a basketball like this, yeah? There's a moment where I get this feeling where I'm in some sort of a groove. That's what I want you to experience. So let's get started. It's going to look like this. 8 times in with each hand, and we're going to keep that for quite a while. Whether you have chopsticks and your box or your snare-like object, that's where we're going to practice it. For those who have a pad or snare, on the snare or the pad, all of a sudden you don't want to do so much noise. So we're going to start with 1, 2, starting with the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, holding the sticks not so. So we're holding the sticks not so tight. I like to say that when we hold a stick, it's like we're holding a bird where you don't want it to go, but you don't want to damage. So it's a tight grip, but it's kind of loose, and it's okay if the stick rebounds and falls like that. It'll happen if you're doing the exercise correct at first, because it means that you have a loose grip, right? So here we go again. 1, 2, starting with the right hand. 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no effort at all. The stick is doing all the job for me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's one. 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Super. So the first groove that we learn goes like this. I'm going to have my left hand on the snare, and my right hand is going to go over my left hand in order to play the hi-hat. Yeah? And then with my right foot, I'm actually playing the kick drum. Yeah? So it's those three, for now, it's those three limbs. Your right leg, your right hand, and your left hand. Yeah? And it goes like this. So the first thing that happens is the kick drum and the hi-hat together, then the hi-hat alone, and then the hi-hat with the snare, and the hi-hat alone. And if we loop that, hi-hat alone, snare, hi-hat alone. We get some sort of a groove, like the first groove, a very slow one. So that was with the drums. If you don't have a drum kit, this is what I use myself. So I have the draft box, that's where I'll play what will be my snare. I have this little coffee mug plate, and I'm going to use that instead of my hi-hat. So, and of course I have chopsticks, and instead of playing the kick drum, I'm going to stomp on the floor. Yeah? So it would look like this. My left hand on the box, my right hand on above my left hand, playing the little plate, and it'll sound, that groove is going to be plate and stomp, plate and box, plate alone, plate and stomp, plate alone, plate and box, plate alone. And that's the way it goes. So, back to the drums. Don't forget, so if you're playing the box and the plate or your favorite objects, that you're crossing try to have like a 2-level thing, because you want to cross your right hand on top of your left hand, right? Because otherwise the other way around, it's going to be very uncomfortable. So it's this way, right? And we're going to play this quite a while in order to get into some sort of a groove, yeah? So let's try to get into the groove, yeah? It's going to, might not start at first, but then little by little say like, okay, I've been doing this quite a while, and it's starting to sound very good. I'm starting to feel comfortable with my limbs, and when they play together and when they're playing alone, yeah? So here we go. So I'm going to start hi-hat and kick drum, hi-hat alone, hi-hat and snare, hi-hat alone, yeah? Hi-hat and kick drum, hi-hat alone, hi-hat and snare, hi-hat alone, kick drum and hi-hat. hi-hat alone, snare, hi-hat alone, alone. Let's keep that going. Kick drum, hi-hat alone, and snare, hi-hat alone. Kick drum and hi-hat alone, and snare, hi-hat alone. Hi-hat alone, and snare, hi-hat alone. So keep that going. Hi-hat alone. Keep it going. Drum and hi-hat alone, and snare, hi-hat alone. Drum and hi-hat alone, and snare, hi-hat alone. Hi-hat alone, and snare, hi-hat alone. Drum and hi-hat alone, and snare, hi-hat alone. 4 more bars. 2, 2, time to introduce the metronome. That's what you hear in the background. And the metronome is going at 60 beats per minute, which means every second. So that sounds like a clock, right? So this might be a little bit fast. If all of a sudden we can't do the kick drum, hi-hat and snare, hi-hat alone at this speed, then we can just try to play, for example, the hi-hat and the snare. Yeah? So this is going to sound like this. And with the kick drum, it's going to sound like this. Now we're going to keep on that going for a while. Remember that if you're not able and it's a big struggle, then we can actually make it simpler. So which means like, let's play with a hand. So hi-hat and snare. Of course, if you're playing with chopsticks and a box or on a plate, only that. And then we slowly can add the kick drum in. Yeah, so here you go. Going to keep it for a while. 1, 2, 3. For what? If you can't do it with your 3 limbs, just use your 2 hands. Jump, step, jump, step, jump, step, jump, step, jump, jump, step, jump, jump, step. So it's more, 4 more bars. 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4. So we're going to be playing to this play along. They are created at 60 beats per minute, just like we were doing with a metronome. So if you don't have the drum kit and you have chopsticks and a plate, for example, in a box, you would go stomp, box, stomp, box, stomp, box. Or you can simplify it and play just the plate and the box. I think that sounds great. So keep that going on. Here we go. For those of you who have drums, just to remind those beginners that we have our left hand is on the snare and my right hand comes over to play the hi-hat. Yeah? Let's try to get into the groove. Remember, your hi-hat or your little plate is doing the box, so the snare doing, and you're stomping. So play the kick drum. Kick drum, snare, kick drum, snare, kick drum, snare, kick drum, snare. So if you can't play the 3 at the same time, just play with both hands. When you feel really comfortable, then you can add it up. Sometimes the thing that goes quite slow, groove a lot. Keep it going. If you stop, you can retake. For those who stopped, 1, 2, first, drum, kick drum, snare. So that was it. That's our first drum shorts. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to be here every Saturday at 3 p.m. Of course, if you're feeling like you want to go a step further and book a private lesson, that is also possible. You can reach rockjamschool@gmail.com and they'll sort you out. Bye-bye. See you next Saturday.